Hey, my name is Josh. I'm one of the accountants and co-founders at Figures. And Figures is your all-in-one accounting solution. Before Figures, I worked at EY, I worked at Barclays and Crown Agents Bank. And in today's video, we're going to look at MTD, sometimes called MTD, so Making Tax Digital. For your income tax, what you need to know, who it impacts, and if it does impact you, what the next steps are for you. Okay, so a couple things to note. Let me make my head a bit smaller here. So number one, something very similar is in place for VAT already. So if you are VAT registered, you're a sole trader, or you're VAT registered in general, you understand the quarterly submission process. So this is very similar. Instead of VAT, it's for income tax. Number two, digital records, quarterly submissions replace the annual return. So what you're going to have now, and I'll show you how this looks like in a sort of a calendar format. What you're going to have now is quarterly submissions, and then at the end of the year, you're going to have a final declaration. Basically, think of it as your self-assessment. So you got your small quarterly submissions, then at the end of the year, you got that big one declaration, similar to a self-assessment. And number three, a government program to modernize how income is reported to HMRC. So this is kind of like the wrapper of it all. Why they're doing it is to try and modernize the way that we report our income to the government. Okay, next slide is who is affected and when are they affected. So the rollout for MTD for income tax is phased by income level, giving businesses and landlords time to prepare. Check whether your gross turnover or rental income crosses the relevant thresholds. So this impacts people who have non-PAYE income. So if you've got like dividend income, if you've got rental income, or if you're a sole trader, this would impact you. And in April 2026, the threshold is 50,000 and then drops to 30,000 and in 27, and in 2028 proposed is 20,000. Now, to clarify what this £50,000 is, it's not profit, this is gross turnover. So if I give you a hypothetical situation, let's say for example you're a carpenter and you make £60,000 as a carpenter, but your equipment, your expenses, all your everything, your outgoings come to let's say they come to like £40,000. Use really extreme numbers. So you make £60,000, your expenses are 40,000. So all you take home is 20,000. Now, even though all you take home is 20,000, you still have to do this quarterly because it's not done by your take home, it's not done by your profit, but it's done by your gross turnover. So same for rental income. If you've got rental income of £60,000 and you've got £20,000 worth of expenses, and your take home is only 40, your profit is only 40, you still have to do it because it's based on your gross income. Now, important to note, from 26, 27, 28, this threshold goes down. So more and more people will be caught with these quarterly returns as time progresses. So what does the process look like? Well, I've got 3 steps here. So number one, keep digital records throughout the year. So the best way to do this and to keep your records clean is to use a piece of accounting software. So this could be like QuickBooks, it could be Xero, Free Agent, all those types of things. If you're a spreadsheet kind of person, there is like a bridging software where you can copy and paste your total boxes into this software, which then sends it to HMRC. But if you want to connect your bank account and make it nice and streamlined, QuickBooks, Xero, those type of softwares, they're best for this. Number two, you're submitting quarterly. So just like the VAT, you're submitting quarterly, and I'll show you the deadlines in a second of when you need to submit. And finally, number three, you submit a final declaration at the end. And the best way to think about this is all your quarterly submissions added together is your final declaration. It's very similar to how you would submit a self-assessment, is this final declaration. So again, software you can use. So QuickBooks, Xero, Sage, Free Agent. There are some free options out there, and also, like I mentioned, the bridging software. So if you keep everything on a spreadsheet and then you just want to input the total boxes, you can use some bridging software. One of which I believe is called GoFile. But yeah, have a look online, see what you're comfortable using, what is cost effective for you, depending on the features it has. Personally, I'd recommend QuickBooks, Xero, purely because they connect to your bank account and they can also submit through their own platform, so it makes it very streamlined. You can do your bookkeeping, you can do your reconciliation and your submission all from one platform, which is what you need. So number two, just touched on that, connecting your bank feeds. Number three, review and categorize. That's basically what bookkeeping is. And then number four, you want to submit via the software. And here, starting early gives you time to trial options and get comfortable for your deadline. So I think when it comes to this software, look at the cost and also what you find easy to use. Some people might find QuickBooks easier than Xero. Some people might find Xero easier than QuickBooks, but it's really up to you. The key takeaways. So what you need to do to prepare for MTD for income tax. Check your income threshold. Remember, it's gross income, not your profit, not your takeout. This is purely gross. And then get the right tools in place. Now, we're going to touch on how it looks like from an actual timeline perspective. So this is 2026, so this is the year. I'm recording this video in April 2026. So right now we're roughly like here. And if you want, how I made this is you want to follow the colors. So the green is the 26-27 tax year. And you're going to have this quarter here, then you've got until the 5th of August to process your submission. Again, after the following quarter, which is 6th of July to 5th of September, you've gone to the 5th of October to process submission. The next quarter, 6th of July to 5th of September, you've got until the 5th of Jan to process your submission, and so on and so forth. Now, if you again follow the green, and then if you get here, this is where you do your annual declaration. So the annual declaration for 26-27 takes place in January 2028. And it's important to note that these submission deadlines change, but the payment deadlines do not change. So you're still going to be paying in January, and then again here, you're still going to be paying in July. So easiest thing to do is just follow the colors, quarterly, quarterly, quarterly. Your 4 quarterly submissions, these are the deadlines for your 4 quarterly submissions. And then you have your annual declaration, which takes place for the 26-27 tax year in January, 31st of January 2028. And you pay by the 31st of January 2028, and then your payment on account, if you have payment on account, is by the 31st of July 2028. If I just scroll down here, so then I've repeated it very simply for the yellow tax year, which is 27-28. 27-28, 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Then by 31st of January 2029, you've got your annual submission, your annual declaration, and then you either pay in January, and then you also pay in July of 2029 for the yellow tax year, which is 27-28. Again, something to point out here: for the green, threshold is 50k. The yellow, the threshold is 30k, and then the following tax year, which would be the orange one here, is 20k. So something to bear in mind. This is how it's going to look like. I'll just scroll back up to the top so you can see the most relevant tax year. But this is what it's looking like. Hopefully this gives you some perspective on when you need to make your filings by, when the deadlines are coming up, and also the other bits and pieces here on what software is good to use and how to do bookkeeping. But as always, if you need any help, this is my email. Please feel free to drop me an email if you've got any questions. More than happy to reply to you. And if you've got any questions, you don't want to email me, you want to call me, WhatsApp me, this is the number to go to. And I've also got my QR code. Scan the QR code, it takes you to my website. You can find out a bit more about us. And you can also see we've got some free resources here for you. Find a bit more about what we do and all that good stuff. So thanks for your time for watching this video, and hope you guys reach out, and look forward to helping you.